coming on here to talk about tarot and the things that I have learned over the last few weeks. I would say more like over the last month. But I recently learned that tarot is culturally appropriated from Romani people. And I learned this information through a peer of mine in a reiki course, coincidentally. I was very surprised to learn that. Growing up, I grew up seeing different tarot decks or accompanying my mom or family to get readings in Spanish, sometimes using, I guess, a Spaniard deck or just different kinds. So it never really occurred to me that the practice was being appropriated from a specific group of people, or specifically Romani people, which I've never heard any tarot reader talk about, mention, give credit to, elevate, and that includes myself. And that is just due to pure ignorance or unknowing. I also learned that most, I guess, practitioners that are Romani are simply looking to get credit or to get acknowledged that the practice comes from Romani people. And so I was intending to make a more educational post and doing just that out of respect for my peer. But then as the conversation kind of progressed and as things changed, I learned that tarot is a closed practice and should really only be practiced by Romani people. And I believe that includes palmistry and crystal gazing, I think one other form of divination. And so the way my peer put it weeks ago, that the more radical practitioners or tarot readers were wanting to make it a closed practice. But I don't really see that as radical. I simply see that as a group of people putting up a boundary. Like, there's nothing radical about reclaiming your own culture and your own practices. And so out of respect for my peers and out of respect for a group of people and culture that I know absolutely nothing about, I have decided to put down tarot altogether. It feels right. It feels right to respect the boundaries of others, especially because I do intend on staying on my spiritual practice and continue to be a Reiki practitioner. And that to me means being mindful and respectful of the practices and cultures of my peers. And that also means respecting and honoring when groups of people decide to close off their practices. I've noticed that a lot of BIPOC at this time are looking to return to their practices, are looking to turn to the medicine of their ancestors. And so sometimes that means putting someone else's medicine or practice down to go find your own. And that's definitely what this feels like for me. It feels like more of redirection, even though it hurts a little. So I'm not sure that I'm going to continue doing readings at all on YouTube. oracle cards are still open. And if you know, and I'm like, unless oracle cards are culturally appropriated from a group of people, I have no idea. Let me know. But I'm still deciding on whether I'll continue to do the YouTube readings with oracle cards. I'm leaning towards no, but if I do, it would be a completely different format or limited to one-on-one sessions. What else do I want to bring up? I guess general guidance for anyone that is looking to continue or start their own spiritual practices. I would say to build an altar to your ancestors. Spare yourself the heartache. I've noticed that a lot of the spiritual teachings are just watered down wisdom of other people's ancestors, and in worst case scenario, you get watered down wisdom of your ancestors, which I have witnessed to be very hurtful if you are on the receiving end. But it's a learning curve, right? And we're all learning, and we're all looking to find our path, or at least I am. I am working to return to roots, if you will, of my very own, and through the continuation of my Reiki practice as well. But that's a whole other video and conversation that I don't even know where to begin with that. But this one is about tarot, and why I'm putting it down. I will also be working to elevate and highlight tarot readers that are of Romani descent, and still possibly do another post that is more educational, which I had intended on doing anyhow. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment or continue the conversation in the comments if you would like. All right, bye.